hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Hello everybody, welcome to our new episode. This is The Devil's Library. My name is Ligeia, hail Satan, and I am here with my really great friend Leraje.
Hail Satan!
So it's just the two of us again, because we are continuing with our, we call it minisodes, but it's far from that.
Yeah, they're not mini at all.
It's mini only because it's just the two of us. So we are continuing with Thomas Ligotti's work. We have 3 stories for you today, or the reviews or our opinions, our little tiny opinions, based on just what we feel, what we think. Please take it as it comes. We are not, there is no script to this.
This is actually our third
I think so.
Ligotti recording, isn't it?
Yeah, so it might be like, did we always do 3?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so 9. Yeah. And why are we coming back? I was thinking, I can tell, just this is how I feel about Ligotti's work. There are just very few corners in literature as it is that are darker than his work.
Mm.
And darker in the best way possible. That I mean, like the way he darkens the corners in a way that I can't get enough of his words, his work. So why are you coming back, Leraje?
Every time we do one of these, I think to myself, right, I'm just going to go ahead and read the rest of them. And then I think to myself, no, don't, because we're going to want to do more episodes and you'll spoil them. So I've got this constant tension between just wanting to go and read the rest of them, but also knowing we might do more episodes. So I stop myself.
I want to continue, but I don't think it would be such a big mistake for you to go ahead and read. I was thinking, okay, do I read the story? I'm rereading the stories again. So I read the story, then I did my little, some notes.
Mm.
And then I went to other story, and I was like, do I read it again now and think about what my notes are? And it's like a circle. I can't stop. It's never ending. So I had to stop myself.
So the 3 we chose this time, I did have to read one of them twice.
Oh, is there a reason?
There is a reason, but I'll get to it
Is
when
it Satan? No? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Satan made me read it twice.
Yeah.
So this time, my choice was Dr. Voke and Mr. Veitch. Your choice was?
I think it was Dr. Locrian's Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then?
Oh yeah, and then our random choice was also Doctor themed.
Yeah.
Which was The Troubles of Dr. Thos.
Yes. So it wasn't that random this time. We were like, okay, so we have 2 stories with Doctor in the title.
Let's just choose a third.
Let's choose another one. So
yeah, so we did.
So let's start with yours. What do you say?
Dr. Voke and Mr. Veitch.
Yeah.
That was probably the most, and I don't really know why, but it was the most disturbing of his stories that I've read.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Well, I've been trying to pinpoint exactly why. So the basic frame of the story, without sort of completely spoiling it for everybody, there's a guy who lives in a very tall building. You have to get up to some fairly bad, awful, rickety stairs. And a guy does climb up there, and a sort of deal is struck. The terms of the deal take place, but not quite how the person who wanted the deal envisaged it. And yeah, bad things happen, basically. I think it was the mannequin that really I found really really disturbing.
Yeah, he was.
And it wasn't the fact that it was a mannequin It was just this kind of how lonely and bereft and isolated this poor mannequin was, and I don't quite know how he managed to do that in a very what was a very short story.
Very short.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I found myself thinking about that story for days after I finished it.
Yeah, now when you're saying it, I know what you mean. That part, like, obviously, puppets, mannequins, dummies, this is quite an explored thing in horror, as it is. Especially, I would say, in literature. Like,
definitely.
we go to this, not we, I'm not writing anything, but like, you know, it's not the first time you came across this. But I was also thinking about how Ligotti approaches puppets, because it is always a metaphor to something else. Yeah. But usually the scary part of it is like us projecting that this is an inanimate, I can't say it properly, like not living, inhumane thing that just looks like, in certain ways it can look like human, right? If it doesn't, it's not scary, but it is familiar because it has the physical appearance sort of like a person. So the usual approach is that we are looking at something that we know it's not alive, but it comes alive, you know, in horror stories, like you're just waiting for it to look at you, to blink, I don't know, to move its hand. But in Ligotti's work, this is not the main issue, I think.
No, it's almost inverted.
It is inverted. It's like the feeling of the mannequin. Like, he never asked for this. Like, he never wanted to have emotions. He is actually suffering, and you feel for it. Is that what you mean?
Yes, it just felt so. The personality in that mannequin, and I don't know that it was supposed to be the main focus of the story. You're never quite sure with the guy.
True.
But in a good way. I don't mean that in a kind of like the writing is
know.
bad. I mean, it's kind of like he just keeps you guessing all the time. But yes, the sort of the way this mannequin felt, or the personality in this mannequin just felt utterly trapped and so alone and almost cut off from the world. And it is an inversion because, like you said, we're supposed to, you know, we think of characters like, oh shit, can't think of any now. Annabelle from the Conjuring movies, or the Chucky doll, or, you know.
Even Pinocchio.
Pinocchio, yeah.
No.
It's this kind of like, we as humans put our interpretations of what humanity is onto these creatures, and we're supposed to find them a little bit uncanny and disturbing because they behave like humans but are not humans. But this was almost an inversion of that.
Absolutely. It was really, really disturbing. I felt really sorry for the dummy, but I think it was the first time in my life, because it was like, this wooden piece of actually like nothing has been summoned to be alive.
Yeah.
How dare we? What the fuck? What is it supposed to do now? It's forever trapped in this box. It's wooden. It knows it's not he whatever. It's not alive, but now it feels.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's horrific. It is horrific. There's no way that you and I can really do justice to the kind of like level of prose that Ligotti uses to kind of like evoke the reality of this.
He uses 3 words and you are done. Like, I can't even. The way he uses them, the way he puts the words together, is like, I feel it's very easy flowing from him. It's like, I don't feel like it's forced.
No.
Or being like forcing me to think something. It's very subtle.
No, he uses description it's not an obvious way, but it's more like, yes, that's the only word he could have chosen to do that, or it just feels completely natural and at the same time absolutely horrific.
Absolutely horrific, because it works for that moment, for that situation, you know. Like, I don't think there would be other word that he could use to be that effective. He has this talent for choosing words that are absolutely spot on.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it, but well, you know, because he's a skilled writer, basically.
This is why we need to be coming back, because it's one way of saying, like, okay, this book of stories is great, it's amazing, but we need to really go through every single story. I'm sorry.
Fine by me. I got no problem with that.
No, I know, I know. As you just said, you are just holding back, like, put this book away from me.
Yeah, it's always me saying to Ligeia, right, we need to do another Ligotti episode because I need to read some more.
I know, but it's with me. Look at the book. I'm sorry, but like, look at it. I ran out of colors, so now I'm using little kitties. This is where we are.
For the benefit of the listener, Ligeia has just held up her copy of Songs of a Dead Dreamer and Grimscribe, and it is covered in tabs, post-it notes.
Yeah.
You're much more dedicated to research than I am.
No, I'm just really ADHD. So I need my little notes, and I'm always losing things and my thoughts and everything. So I am covered in papers. Whatever.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about the other aspects of the story, apart from the mannequin? What did you make of the whole... Why does he live in such a big, high place?
He's a recluse.
To me felt... Yeah, but why such a high place? That felt fairly like it was some kind of metaphor.
Because of the steps or the ceiling that was actually not even visible?
Both, I think. There seemed to be something about height he was trying to get across, but I couldn't make out exactly what it was.
I don't know. I can't tell you. We can like try to find reasons. I'm sure there is something to it. Also, like the first thing, like what's his name? The Vogue? No, the Veach.
Veach, yeah.
He is climbing.
Yeah.
It's like a ladder or something. It's not even stairs. And it's a very, like, dangerous, and I felt horrible. And yeah, it's true. Like, it's very high, and he couldn't even see, like, where am I going? What is there for me? Like, what do I expect? And then he climbs there, and it's dark. It's dusty. It's like this old hidden theater.
Yeah. Behind
the curtain stuff that's really, really high. For the curtains and whatever. But I don't know. I don't think it was a theater. This is how I imagined.
I kind of thought it was too, because he was, I think, the presence of a mannequin.
Oh, yeah.
And he described a ticket booth.
Oh, right,
and all that kind of thing. And I just felt he was trying, maybe not a theatre, but something like that.
Something like that.
Like a circus, something with a very high...
Yeah, because you need all those things, the mechanisms of like to move the things around, and there was many things hanging, like many contraptions, whatever they call it, masks, other mannequins, puppets, or just like limbs of some mannequins, and it was all over the place. And as he said, he couldn't even see if there was any roof to this place. And as you say, it is really something that I was thinking about it, but I can't really tell you. I have no idea what that meant. It must be something philosophical. I'm too stupid for this.
Well, that's two of us then.
Well, we are just two mad people.
Two idiots talking about books.
I didn't want to call you an idiot, but okay, thank you for doing it for me. Yeah, it was the whole story was kind of weird. Well, Yeah, it's Ligotti.
He's the guy, yeah. That's kind of the
Like,
definition.
do you wanna like say what the conflict? What the
So Mr. Veitch climbs up to see Dr. Vogt. Veitch has fallen in love with someone who doesn't particularly like him, or not that she doesn't like him, just that she's kind of like indifferent to him as a potential date or whatever.
Yeah, choosing somebody else.
Yeah, and because he's a dick, he basically says, "Can you get rid of the other guy and make her love me?" Basically,
I think he actually just said, "Please, can you solve this for me?"
he did. You're right. Yeah.
He did not say that, because that would be a different story, I think.
No, you're absolutely right, and it's important as well that ambiguity is important because Dr. Vogt does take care of the problem, or well, it's kind of implied that he takes care of the problem. He basically takes care of the problem by getting rid of both of them.
In a weird way.
In a very weird way, yeah. And again, there's this thing with height, because they kind of...
Right.
You know, they disappear up into the sky.
Yeah, that was really...
Yeah, that was bad.
And I don't think they had any idea, these poor people.
And the way he described it was kind of like, they shot up into the sky, and then you could hear this faint, like, screaming and... Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was... Yeah. But you're right. There is a lot of height. That was not a question I actually was concerned about. But now, thank you, I will not sleep.
Yeah, sorry.
Nothing new. Oh, I mean, this book is filled with insomniac, so I feel at home.
Yeah. A lot of his work does seem to centre around insomnia.
Yeah.
Which leads us on to possibly the troubles of Dr. Thoth.
Okay, if you're finished with yours, we can do Dr. Thoth.
I really want to hear what you thought of this one, because this is the one I had to read twice.
Oh, this is the one. Okay. So, The Troubles of Dr. Thoth. The story basically is very short. There is not much real happening. There is this guy, his name is Alb Indis, which is a funny name. I will get to it. I want to know what you think about my little digging in.
Go on.
So, I found somewhere and that this name, it's connecting three things. So, Alb is supposed to be some, like, something that priest would wear. A piece of something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which part of it. I thought it was Albert, but anyway, this is what I found. And then is in this, which is in, and this with a Y, followed by the prefix implying disordered or bad or ill. Because in the whole story, his name is always said, the whole thing, Alb Indis, Alb Indis. Is this some kind of like a metaphor for spiritual sickness?
Yeah, and he again is an insomniac.
Oh, yeah. So that's how it starts.
Yeah,
right?
That's how it starts with the description of his insomnia.
Yeah.
He's described as someone without an imagination and not creative, but he also makes, I don't know what they're, dioramas? Something like that? Mm-hmm. Or he takes bits out of old paintings or magazines, I think he said at one point.
Yeah.
And basically reassembles themselves. But Ligotti chooses to use the word plagiarise a number of times when describing this.
Yeah.
I had to read this one twice, as I said.
Yeah.
Because when I got to the end of it, I thought I didn't get that at all. I didn't really get what that was about. Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't find a way to put all the things together. Mm-hmm. And that's not normally the case with Ligotti. And it's not his failing as a writer. It's not that, because everything else is completely fine. And I have no problem at all with unanswered questions in literature or movies or anything like that. But I couldn't find a way to make it hang together, the story.
Mm-hmm. And
all the
did it
kind
help
of like
you
element.
reading
it again? Yeah. It did, yeah.
Okay.
I'm still not 100% sure. But
I'm never 100% sure with his work.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm okay with that, because It's open to interpretation, I am sure. It's not an easy one. It's not like... it's when you're reading it, it seems like it's a simple story. But like trying to explain what actually is going on is not easy. It's not easy. Yeah.
So this is kind of... In the town that this all takes place in, there's this kind of like background legend, maybe this urban legend. And again, Ligotti really downplays the idea of it being popular legend. He kind of like introduces all these question marks like, yeah, I guess it's kind of a legend, but almost not quite a legend.
Yeah.
And you're like, just fucking say
Yeah.
if it is or not.
Yeah, no. He never does that. Like, he starts something and then he's like, oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just nothing. Did he even exist? We don't know.
Well, yeah, this is, I
don't know.
And the Thoth, the Dr. Thoth, I mean...
I have no words.
Well, no, Ligotti is often surreal in the Lynchian sense, but that was...
yeah.
I'm still not really quite sure how to picture that in my head.
A head is a good...
Well, yeah, good start. Yeah, Dr. Thoth seems to be like a talking head with the voice of a radio.
Yeah, and little appendages coming out of him, which help him to move around. And he is supposed to be, if you need somebody to help you to get rid of your troubles, this is why the name, he's there for you. But like, is he, or is this happening in just, in this his head? Is this really what he hears? He goes out, he's eating, then there's this newspaper. Oh, wow, this is how fortunate. There is a little article right here about this. But then, you know, he's reading this, and again, Ligotti does that. Is this a real doctor that I can visit?
Yeah, because there's a point where Alb, I'm just going to call him Alb.
Yeah, please.
Alb thinks to himself, oh, maybe he can cure me.
Yes.
And I thought to myself at that point, cure you of what? I think out of all the Ligotti stories that I've read so far, this was certainly just as enjoyable as a read, but it was also to me that particular story, The Troubles of Dr. Thoth, is essentially a very large question mark. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'd be able to tell someone, apart from the fact we're doing a podcast about it right now, exactly what the kind of like subtext to it was, or
what the trouble was.
Yeah, I mean, even the title of it, The Troubles of Dr. Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean they were Dr. Thoth's troubles, or were they the troubles that he sorted out for other people?
I have a little sub-question here.
Yeah, go on.
To my ears, when you say Thoth, and the way Thomas is spelled, could it be a little like connection to Mr. Ligotti?
Wow, good spot.
I don't know. Is it possible? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It certainly is.
Sounds like, why would you... It's such a weird name. Dr. Thoth. Is it like little Thomas here? Maybe this is why it doesn't make sense to us, because it might be a little bit more about...
Such a personal story to him.
Because it's an artist in this room, right? He's not writing, he's drawing. I'm not saying it's Mr. Ligotti, but like maybe this is just his, I don't know, expedition to this zone. And this artist had these two kinds of like portfolios. So, okay, so one part of the...
I think we're just going to have to accept at this point in our podcasting career that we do spoilers.
Listen, what I feel about Mr. Ligotti's work, you need to read it anyway, because we can talk as much as we please. It's not the same.
No.
So even if we spoil it...
Still read it. It's still very much worth reading.
It's nothing.
Us describing it, even if we described every piece of action that took place, we still wouldn't get across or wouldn't be revealing what's important about the story.
Absolutely not.
And what's important about the story are the words that Thomas Ligotti chooses to tell it in.
Yes. So I don't feel guilty. Sometimes I do when I really put spoilers out there, but with this, I think this is such deep art that you just have to read it if you really want to enjoy. This is not a story that you can just like listen to a podcast and it can help you, maybe motivate you, or we can discuss things, you can disagree, you can agree, but you need to read it. It's like Piranesi, for example, or other books, Lovecraft either, Poe, But anyway, what I was trying to say, like the first part of this artist's portfolio was he was just drawing what is inside the room. And if he drew a picture of his window, there would be nothing behind the window. He would just leave it white because he didn't want to draw anything that would be outside. And the second part was actually those landscapes, little fragments of other people's work, which he would just like put into a collage. But the only creative act that he would put into this would be just like putting it all together in a new way. But as an artist, he was not really bringing that much of newness, and he was obsessed with everything that was just like within his reach. In that room he felt safe. And I think maybe this meant like he was scared of facing the real life, other people, the reality that is outside of that window. Maybe this was the trouble.
Yeah. I think that did play a part, but the bit when, because a large part of the story takes place in what I assume is like a pub or
church,
an eatery or something. Church, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes out for a meal. He doesn't seem to have any trouble sort of like interacting with the people there.
Well, he didn't really interact. He just ordered, he said fish. The waitress came and she asked, what would you like? And he actually didn't even read the whole menu. He was
That's
like, this
true.
is the only word I read. So I said fish.
You're right.
So it was kind of awkward. I was actually thinking while reading it, like, oh my God, if I was the waitress here, I would feel like this guy didn't like anything here. The food was not okay. What's wrong with him? Is he, like, is this grief? Is he hiding? Well, like, you are weird. So for me, that was not a normal interaction you would have. You felt like, yeah?
No, I don't. When I said he didn't have any trouble interacting, what I mean was he didn't sort of like, it didn't take him any sort of like amount of courage to go into the pub, cafe, eatery, whatever it was.
But he said he didn't eat. He hasn't eaten for a few days before
that. Yeah, he didn't want to go out. So it wasn't a normal
occasion like, oh, I need to take care of my body and I will go and eat 3 times a day or anything. So this was more of, why he actually went out. He heard those people.
That's right.
And he was like, could I find them? And like find this doctor? Why am I hearing this? And we never knew. I still don't know if those people even existed. What did he hear? Did he hear anything? What is happening?
At one point, I did think, because the voice of Dr. Thoss is described as kind of like radio, like the sort of voice you would hear on an old radio, kind of like staticky and. And I think at one point I did think to myself, is this all a dream that he's having, and someone's got a radio on in another room, and he can hear a voice coming through?
Yeah, even that is possible. Maybe he never left the room.
Yeah.
And I was thinking for a while, which I don't think it's true, but I had this feeling for a while, like, is this sleep paralysis? Like, he can't move, and...
I love that idea.
Yeah, but I don't think it makes much sense, but
I
could force it, like, please.
No, we should definitely force it to be that.
Because that would be really scary as well.
God, yeah, that would be bad.
And this whole thing was just happening to him in his head, and he can't move, and he doesn't know if he's dreaming, and he is found as he is found. I will.
Is he found? Does the guy say that?
Again, I don't know.
Yeah. I think out of all the stories I've read of his, this is the one that is I mean, they all kind of like come back to me at random moments.
Yeah.
But this one, I think, is going to stay with me the longest because I wouldn't say it's my favourite of Ligotti stories so far, but it's certainly, it just keeps coming back and nagging at my brain. Like, did I understand that bit? Did I get that bit? What did that bit mean?
Yeah.
I mean, as human beings, we're kind of like, I don't know, almost programmed to try and solve puzzles. That's kind of what we do. You know, we're imbued with curiosity and the need to find things out. And when we can't do that, when there's not, when there doesn't seem to be an answer, I don't know about you, but my brain just keeps on. It's like an itch in your brain.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I need to fucking sort that out.
Oh yeah. Let's go to the last one.
So the last one is called Dr. Locrian's Asylum, and that's your choice, wasn't it?
That was my choice. Why? Because asylum.
Okay.
It sounds like home to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for agreeing with me, Leraje. This is a story about a town that it demolishes its very infamous abandoned asylum, which was towering over this city or town. We don't really know. Well, I don't remember knowing if the town was big. I don't think Ligotti was really bothered by saying much about it. It was all just describing this huge building that is really towering, the whole landscape. This decision that was made by the townsfolk to demolish this whole institution does change the whole population and the future of the town. Not in a good way.
No, not
Surprise.
Shocking for a Ligotti story.
Shockers. Yeah.
And then the puppies took over and everything was lovely.
Yay. Yay.
There's this great bit, one of my favourite bits of prose, is when he kind of like describes how the eye is always drawn to this like old, abandoned, rambling asylum because it's right where the sun goes down.
Yes.
And I thought that's such a gothic image, the kind of like the setting sun and the darkening sky, and this black asylum, cast in shadow.
Yeah, I had that. Yet more disturbing than our view of the asylum was the idiotic gaze that it seemed to cast back at us.
What did that remind you of?
What do you mean? I don't
That
know.
line. Did it remind you of something that we read and did a podcast episode on? Hill House, not sane.
Right, okay. I see.
Because Shirley Jackson talks about Hill House being insane. And,
yes.
And as soon as I'd read that line, I thought, ooh, Shirley Jackson.
Okay, now I see it. I did not make the connection, but yeah. This story was the best one for me.
Me too.
Yeah? Okay. Why? Tell me. Speak.
Because speak. Because I loved how gothic it felt. That whole kind of like image of the setting sun behind and it just it's so gothic. It keeps making me want to say castle when I know it wasn't a castle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the kind of mood it evokes. There's lots of setting suns and lights on the skyline. Just the fact that the building itself is an asylum is very gothic-y.
Yeah.
And again, with Ligotti, he gives you all these things. He gives you this description. He says, look at this, look how gothic it looks. Look at this setting. It's a traditional gothic setting. And then he turns it all on its head. And it's something completely different.
And so easily. Like, it's flawless. I love and hate him. Like, come on. I thought I understand. And now you did this.
I think that's his talent, is that he does it in such few pages and few words.
It's unbelievable.
It's like a magic trick, in a way. You're looking at one thing and then boom, you're not. Yeah. You're looking at something completely different.
Yeah, and you don't even realize because you're like focused on the story, like, okay, what's going to happen? And now you're like, oh, hold on, what happened? I need to go back like 4 lines about, like, oh.
Okay. I do that a lot with the guy.
Right?
Hang on a minute, I need to go back half a page.
Never mind if my phone rings or I receive a message, I'm like, now I have to start that all over again. I need to, because you need to be focused. I need to be focused, okay? My brain is limited.
I don't know. I think you're right. I think you would be right for everybody, because I do think Ligotti is one of those. I mean, like, I think me and you have said this before with him. With most authors, even if it's a short story, you can sort of like stop after a few pages, put it down, walk away, do the dishes, I don't know, eat your lunch, whatever, and then come back to it. With Ligotti, he manages to evoke such a mood that you don't want to break that mood. And it's best, once you've started a short story of his, you've got to read it all the way through in one go, if you possibly can.
This is why I always need to make time to do this, because I really want to enjoy the feeling, the dread. Oh, even goosebumps, like,
Yeah.
That's why I come to this book. Come on, I want to enjoy my feelings. Sounds funny, but like, yeah, because the horror is not based on what is happening. It's lurking. It is just subtle. It is more like contagious.
Yeah, and I think that's particularly true in this one, where the things that lurk, or used to lurk in the windows of the asylum, carry on lurking there, even when the asylum's not there anymore.
It did not really help.
No.
So these people thinking, okay, we are done, we are tired of seeing these ghosts or whatever they thought. I think they thought these were like, because things were happening in this asylum, as we learn in the story. So there is this grandson of like the last director of the asylum. He had a funny name. I wrote it somewhere. Harkness? Yeah.
He was Locrian's grandson?
Grandson, yeah.
Yeah.
And so from him, or he is learning that from the Mr. Crane.
So the name of the guy who owns the bookshop
Is Mr. Crane.
And Locrian's grandson is Harkness.
Yes.
And Harkness is telling Crane what he thinks he knows about what his grandfather, because Harkness's dad, the original Dr. Locrian's son, didn't want to have anything to do with what his dad had done. That's right, isn't it? I haven't misread that.
Yes, and the grandfather and this Harkness guy, the grandson, they had a connection. So before the grandfather died, he initiated his grandson into the knowledge of what he was doing, even though at that stage the grandson didn't really understand much, but he was like, you just need to remember all this and you will understand this one day. And he did. Yeah,
and he'd clearly given his grandson kind of like shopping list of books to order.
Oh, yeah.
Because the bookseller, he was kind of like, yeah, these books are a bit weird that you're ordering,
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen my bookshelf.
Yeah, go and have a look at Ligeia's bookshelf.
Told you, it sounds like home. Yeah, so basically there was this idea of, we don't know if this director, the Dr. Locrian, was a genius or a complete bastard. We don't know. It's not the aim of the story to teach us what really happened. It's never that with Ligotti. It's like, okay, it's like he tells us a little bit of what's happening, and he doesn't state, okay, I agree with this, or I disagree with this, or he was a good guy. We don't know. So it's all very...
I think with all the Ligotti stories that I've read, I've never felt that he as a writer felt an urge to solve any mysteries.
No.
He just said, this is it. This is what I'm trying to say. If you want to know more than that, tough shit.
It's amazing how he writes. So we know there is something wrong. We all know the whole story is based on that feeling. The dread is there, but you don't know what. Was it the doctor, the Locrian, what he was doing with his patients? It says he was not really aiming that much on like curing whatever was wrong with them in a way that was known. Like these are the procedures you need to do when the patient has this and that. No, he was not doing those. He was doing something else.
But didn't he say that he was trying to kind of like immerse them more into their illness?
Yes.
To reach a specific point? Not that he ever specified what that specific point was.
Because his philosophy was that if you are not fighting the pain, the struggle you have, if it's like physical or mental, whatever, but the opposite, like if you actually go deeper in that and completely drown in it, this is where you are, like, it's a paradox that you are actually cured, because he knew that you will actually not be living anymore, but you will also not be dead.
Which is kind of a cure of a sort.
It is cure, but this is very, very much Ligotti.
Yeah.
And his pessimistic, almost like nihilism. So, I know this was to a different story, but I think it makes sense for this. I think this was Ligotti talking about himself in some article. So he said, I am completely detached from anything, including myself and anyone around me. Doing anything just seems plain stupid, which in my opinion, it ultimately is. This is the lesson of anhedonia, which is an eminently rational state. So if you have never heard of anhedonia, like, you know, the hedonism, and this is the absolute opposite, like not being able to actually enjoy anything. And this, he was talking about his mental state, and when it's combined with some sort of medication, this is actually what he is experiencing. And I think in this story, what this Dr. Locrian was trying to achieve was the state where these people, these patients, would actually be heightened to a state of just being like staring vessels.
Just literally just existing.
Yeah, with feeling nothing, doing nothing, because it's like the nihilistic theory of like everything we're trying to do as humans, like create, even like art, or even gain knowledge, understand things, build something new, open a business. It is so meaningless and stupid in the way he's looking at it. Like, and I hope this is not how I'm looking at life. Today I wasn't sure.
Well, yeah, I think we all have days like that.
But I'm trying to understand, like, maybe this was what he was trying to achieve, like. And this is why I don't know if Dr. Locrian was a bad person, or he was really... Well, it wasn't nice that he was experimenting on people who were already vulnerable. No,
he does fulfill the kind of like archetype of mad doctor.
Oh, yeah.
But, that idea about that kind of like nihilistic idea that nothing really matters in the long term.
Yeah.
In the face of eternity, nothing we do really matters. That kind of feeling certainly came through in this story.
Yeah.
It was almost countered for me by the fact that Locrian made a conscious choice to try and get that to carry on through his grandson. Because if if nothing really mattered in the long term, why did he want to carry it on? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because... Yeah, on one hand, it's like, okay, he wanted his grandson to continue this great work of his, but if nothing matters, why would you care? Why would you be bothered by anything?
Unless Locrian is some kind of vampiric being who feeds off this.
We talked about vampires before we started.
That's why I raised it.
Bridging it nicely here. I see. Yeah, I was just looking for this book. Sorry that I'm looking on my phone, because, it was written before he wrote the book that I'm really dreading. Have you read his book, The Conspiracy Against the Human Race?
No.
This story was already showing... Well, I know, I have not read, but I think he was just like continuing these ideas in that book.
Right, so... That's our 3 stories then. The next episode from all of us, so Ligeia, myself, Pike and Lithos, will be on Carrion Crow. Yeah. Until then, I've been Leraje, hail Satan.
And I'm Ligeia, hail Satan. Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time.